Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aspasia. This is my channel, Asparagus. Today is, I believe, November 2nd, and it is going to be a bit of a relaxation, productive day. I'm going to be working on planning out my spring semester classes, or like trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing each semester. I'm going to be filming some videos, hopefully getting them uploaded. I'm going to be working on some English and art homework. Today's just gonna be a really good day. Okay, so today's video, or at least the first video of the day, is going to be the books that I brought to college for fall semester. For each semester, or like each term, I guess, I might be here for summer term or the winter term. I'm gonna do a different update what books I have. I do plan to take them home, get new ones, whatever. So let's get into it. I do have quite a stack. I want to say around 15. And so I'm gonna try to go into description of these books. However, I do not know anything about some of them. I don't know anything about. I just got them because auto by author, or they're related to something I've seen before, for example a movie, or someone got them as a gift for me, or you know what I mean. Like sometimes I don't always know, and I do know that does bother a few people, and I apologize. I will try to go into the description of the books more often, but sometimes I just don't know. And I don't take the time out all the time to learn about it, 'cause I just want to dive in like that. So let's get started. I'm not gonna go in any particular order. I'm just gonna go like whatever's closest to me. And so the first one that's here is The Red Skulls of Magic by Cassandra Clare and Wesley Chu. I believe this is book 1 of The Eldest Curses, and it is it's on there, it's right here, Book of the Month edition. If I remember correctly, it's normally like here too, but I think for this book, it's not. In fact, this sleeve, I'm trying to use the right terms here, actually goes all the way around. Normally pictures will cut off like right here, but it actually continues all the way around, which I thought was really cool because I like the cityscape. And it also continues a little bit on the inside. As I was saying, some authors are auto-buy for me, and Cassandra Clare is definitely one of them. I decided to get this, which is a past month's book, because I did not like the options for October, so I decided to get this instead. I believe I use, what did I use? Hardback Quarters, Book of the Month affiliate code, which got me my first month for $9.99. I do have a second month, but I'm getting that book from my friend, so hopefully she'll get that within the next week or so. I decided to get this one because I love Cassandra Clare, and I'm doing a 2020 Cassandra Clare read-along, or like more specifically Shadowhunters read-along. She has written other books. I did plan to do this, or at least reread the series a while back, but I just never did it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it next year. So I apologize if my videos, my TBRs, my wrap-ups, my Goodreads, or anything else next year is like 99% Cassandra Clare, but I just really want to like catch up and get with the program, because I keep muting everything related to these books because I'm trying not to spoil myself, because I am so freaking behind. The next book I got here is another auto-buy author, which is Brave Lands, Broken Pride by Erin Hunter. Erin Hunter is someone that I read in middle school, and I think I read a little bit in elementary school up until now. Again, same situation with Cassandra Clare. I read a bunch of the series, I stopped, completely forgot about it for a little while, came back, and there's like 50 more books out. Yeah. But this series has a lot more than Cassandra Clare does, because this one has I believe 4 or 5 authors under this name that use this. I believe it's called pseudonym, what people call those names when they use like a fake name. There's a lot of books, because there's a series about cats, which is Warriors, series about dogs, which I want to say is Seekers, or they're Hunters. I don't remember. Then there's one about bears, which I want to say that one's Seekers. Then there's one where, I think there's one more, and then there's this one with his multiple animals. I saw this, I believe, at Dollar Tree or Dollar General for $1, and I was like, Aaron Hunter has another series? God. Picked it up, bought it, and now it's here. Unfortunately, it did get ripped in my book bag, or like my suitcase, when I transferred it from the, from home to here. I'm sad, but I remember one day I went into Barnes & Noble with some family members, because my high school does this thing like every couple months where the amount of money that you buy, like a percentage of the money that you spend at Barnes & Noble will go into the school's English department. And so we've done that a couple of times. And I remember going in, I believe it was in the children's section, and they had this big, huge wall, right? And this chunk of the wall was all Aaron Hunter. And in my head, I was like, oh, I made a lot of progress. Man, when I saw that wall, I was just like, I am like 80 million books behind. Oh my God. And like, I'm one of those people that like to collect the books that they really enjoy. For example, this, because I know this is something that I will continue reading because I love this author. But this author alone will take, as of right now, I'll probably be like 2 shelves. Yeah. I do not have 2 giant bookshelves, so I'm gonna slowly have to get them. Yeah, so hopefully maybe in 2021 I could do a Aaron Hunter read along. That's a lot of books. I'm a little scared. Ooh, I could do a 2020 and 2021 read along with this, because these have like 2-3 weeks to read each book, because there's not as many as this. Oh, we about to do that. This next book is Hot Dog Girl by Jennifer Dugan. I believe this was given as a giveaway, or I won a giveaway. Thank you to the person that sent this to me. Again, this is another book where the art goes all the way around except the spine this time. The spine just says Hot Dog Girl. It does kind of go all the way around, but it actually, no, it doesn't. Because this is here and it's zoomed in here. I take back what I said. I have heard mixed reviews about this book, but I really tried to avoid them because I wanted to be like surprised, kind of go in without knowing too much. Also not have much influence on my experience reading it. If I remember correctly, this is about this girl right here who got a job as like, what exactly is a job? Like, what would you call it? Oh, just a giant dancing hot dogs. I guess she's supposed to be there for entertainment, to bring entertainment, bring smiles to faces, and make kids happy. And this is one of the coworkers, which is her friend, and I believe this guy is her crush. Let me zoom in so you can see this. This guy right here is her crush, and she's seeing this girl and this guy get close, and it's kind of hard. And I don't really know what else about it. That's all I know, because I really want to avoid reading it and spoil it, because a lot of times descriptions will give you the expectation of one thing, but then you read something completely different. So I just want to go in and just have like nothing influencing my my experience. So that's my next book. Here comes another Dollar Tree / Dollar General find. Wonder Woman, the official novelization of the movie. So as in, the movie came out and then this came out. Like a mass market paperback, if I were to just, about the, let me just, I'm trying to get like a good scandal size compared to other books. Okay. I saw this at Dollar Tree, Dollar General, and for $1, and I was like, obviously I have to get it. First of all, Wonder Woman's freaking amazing. Second, I'm slightly obsessed with DC, and whenever I see something Wonder Woman or Batman or Poison Ivy or Harley Quinn, I buy it. If you don't already know, I have a Wonder Woman shirt, a Wonder Woman jacket, Wonder Woman pop, Wonder Woman encyclopedia. I have this. I have a big old like Funko puzzle piece. Not puzzle piece, like puzzle in a frame, which is DC themed. My dad has a bunch of comics. Some are DC, some are X-Men, some are Marvel. We have watched every single movie, I believe, from DC and Marvel in theaters, except maybe 2 or 3. My uncle has seen a lot of it as well. What is going on outside? Are they touring the school? I can't tell. So I have a window that faces like the front, or like the main campus. I can see a lot, and I think there's people outside touring the school. So hopefully they can't see me because it's a little weird. But yeah, so I picked this up because obviously I have to read it. I just spoiled myself. Looked too long. The next book is actually my dad's. It is Extinction Horizon by Nicholas Sansbury Smith. Yeah, they're definitely touring the school. Okay, they're touring the school. Interesting. I remember last year when I toured the school, everyone was off campus. So it was really quiet. Everyone's here now. It's just Saturday morning. A lot of people are probably sleeping. Anyway, Extinction Horizon, I believe, is about people that are in the military and they're going on multiple missions and they're starting to see signs of something they don't know. So they report back to it. They find out that it's a strand of Ebola that is not necessarily killing people. I mean, they are dead, but they're still somewhat alive, which is also known as zombies, as most people refer. But I don't think they refer to as zombies in this. Yeah. So now the military kind of like, how in the world are we supposed to deal with this? And they're trying to talk to like the top medical research facilities about it, but they kind of go quiet. So they're like, what's happening? My dad has read it. He really liked it. He likes zombies and stuff. I like zombies and stuff. It just takes me a little longer to get to the books because I prefer like movies and games. That's just me. Like, I like seeing it, but also I have to watch Disney afterwards to make sure I can sleep. If you guys don't know, I have watched every episode of The Walking Dead except the recent season, which reminds me, I need to log in and watch that. My dad gave me the login. I'm gonna have to write this down. I apologize if I keep writing things down. I'm just trying to make sure I get a lot done today. But yeah, so we watched, oh my gosh, we played zombie apocalypse games. I can't remember all of the names. So there's like 4 or 5. Oh my gosh. I think one is actually called Apocalypse. Left 4 Dead, The Walking Dead games, where it's like an episode for the game, like each thing. There's Dead Dead. I think that's a game and a movie. There's one that my uncle plays, and I cannot remember what it's called. But you can build like safe houses and stuff, but also go out and kill zombies. Can't remember what that one's called. Watch a lot of the movies. We have a lot of zombie movies. A lot. But yeah, that's kind of and my dad's always been like, y'all would never do that for me, because when you see someone save each other in the show, we'd be like, nope, we running, we going, because we cannot swim, we have no athletic ability whatsoever, we have no weapons, I am gone, I'm collecting my supplies and deuces. My dad's like, I would die in the first day, and I was like, you're right, we probably would die, we would all probably die, sadly, because my dog works at everything, so she'd bring the attention to the zombies. And then we wouldn't even realize what's going on. I mean, listen, we used to be planning our whole thing. My uncle has this big old like wooden kit of like just in case, and I'm like, we wildin' out here. So the next book is Queen of the Conquered. It does say Karen Calendar, right? But they have changed their name, or officially changed it to Kaysen or Casson Calendars. So if you do have the updated version of this book, this is an ARC. So if you get like the official published hardcover paperback, the name is probably gonna be changed. So is their Twitter, etc. So if you see mine or some other people, and they realize that the name is different, that is why. Please refer to them as they, them, and Kaysen, not Karen. Okay, so I don't know anything about this book either. Let's see, what happened was, someone on Twitter, I believe her name is Paulo Crespo, or Crespa. She does give out a lot of books, and there was a tweet she made, and it was like, what exactly did she say? She was like, are there any booktubers, book bloggers, the bookstagrammers, etc., that are African American, me, Caribbean, interested in fantasy, young adult? Basically, I was like, me. And so we kind of talked a little bit, and she sent me an ARC. So like I said, it is a Caribbean, so just like the back, it says a Caribbean-inspired fantasy world. It's a novel of colonialism and conquest that reckons with many layers of power and privilege, perfect for readers of S.A. Chakraborty, Ken Liu, and Tasha Shetty. I don't know any of those authors, but I'm here for the Caribbean fantasy world. That's literally all. The only reason, that's literally, look, I'm here for it. The next book is going to be a little bit sad. It is the paperback of Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. I'm probably gonna be donating this book because I just did not like it and I do not want it on my shelf. Every time I see it, I'm just like, It took me an entire month to read to chapter 4. And you know, when you think about it, sometimes chapters can be long, right? Let me show you where chapter 4 is. Y'all be thinking like, oh, you dramatic. Oh, psych. Never mind. I didn't even make it to chapter 4. I was chapter 3. This is chapter 3 on page 24. It took me a month to read 24 pages. Yeah. And I just could not get past that. So I put it down, read like 10 other books, then I finally found an audiobook somewhere. I listened to the audiobook. I got to chapter 4, I believe, in the audiobook. Could not remember a single thing to save my life, so I re-listened to it from the beginning. Still can't remember it. Re-listened to it, re-listened to it, re-listened to it, re-listened to it. Read the book, could not remember a thing. I really can't tell you anything. So the only thing I remember is something that apparently she's dead. And people were mad that people spoiled it, but it's literally said in the first page of the book, like, hold on. Like, it literally tells you in the first page that she's gonna die, or that she's already dead. Okay, maybe not. Oh yeah, that too. The first chapter, it was. So one of the first thing it says is people often shit themselves when they die, and I was just kind of like, okay, that's how we're gonna open this book. All right. And then the chapter 1, it talked about a guy, and it sounded like they were about to have sex, I guess. I don't know. And then the next page, it's almost, listen, it was very confusing. So he's getting all like aroused, and he's talking, and he's doing his thing, whatever. And they're discussing, whatever, and then I believe she kills him. So at the beginning, I was like, ooh, wow, like, this is really good. Like, you know, I was not expecting her to kill him. And then it just gets extremely boring, and I was like, never again. So that's a DNF, never again. Now for a lovely book that I highly suggest everyone to read is Nellie Tan's Book of Luck and Fortune by Roselle Lynn. I have a reading vlog for this and a review up, so like, just go ahead and just check it out right now. I'm smiling so hard, looking like a freaking movie. Okay. This is about Natalie Tan, obviously, whose mother is agoraphobic, and her mother recently passed away after she went outside, which is pretty interesting because, you know, you're not expecting your mom to go outside when she's agoraphobic, right? And so she's coming back to like clean up loose ends and figure out what's going on, and she discovers multiple things. One, the neighborhood is not the same, it's very sad. Restaurants are like not getting a lot of attention, people are angry, there's tension. It looks like people are closing and leaving their stores. And then also, she has inherited her grandmother's restaurant, which is very interesting to her because she did not think her mother really cared about the restaurant or approved of her decision to follow in her grandmother's footsteps, but she did. She even got some cookbooks and a couple other things, so and she's really excited to take on the next step, but she's not really sure how to do it, open up the restaurant again after so many years, if there's no one's really coming to the town. There's only a couple people, like, they're not making money, and so she's trying to figure out how to open the business, how to do a restaurant, what would be good for the menu, like, let's talk to the neighbors, kind of. It's so good. There are some magical elements in here because I believe she talks to a seers or a oh my gosh, what are they called? There's another name for them and I can't remember the name. Fortune teller, there we go. And they're telling her like, hey, if you take 3 of these wonderful recipes from your grandmother's recipe book and give it to the people that need it the most, then you could possibly fix a restaurant. She didn't really understand what that meant. But then when she did one of the recipes and she saw how all the different magical properties and the changes in the people, etc. Oh my god. Here's the cover just in case you forget. Please buy this. Please read this. It was lovely. I already have I'm waiting for the next book to come out. I don't think it's a sequel, but it's somewhat related, but you know. So we're on to our last stack of books. Here's another book that I annotated, which is actually really good. It is a poetry collection by Clint Smith. It's called Counting Descent. I was given this to me by the school. We're supposed to read this just to discuss and whatever. I don't really know, because we don't really talk about it in English or anything, so we kind of just read it over the summer. I did really enjoy it. I think some of my favorite poems was The Chaos Theory, because I have 3 tabs in it. That's my other one. Meteor Shower. I really like Dissection, and then where's another one? Something You Should Know. I'm not really sure how to describe this, but it seemed very like diving into the lives of different African Americans and things that they have to go through, and writing them in poem form. Some of them a bit sarcastic, some a bit more serious, some a bit more sad, which I thought was written very well. There are some blurbs on the back by Gregory Partlow, Elizabeth Acevedo, and Keith Lehman. Just the fact that Elizabeth Acevedo blurbed it, she enjoyed it, I was like, okay, sold. Elizabeth Acevedo is amazing with her poetry. If she likes this one, I'm sold. Done. Thank you. Then we have, what book do I want to do next? We're gonna do this one. After We Fell, which is book 3 of the After series by Anna Todd. It is a little bit beat up, so I've had this for years and I have read this multiple times. So I got this from Goodwill for about like, I don't know, 50 cents, 80 cents, something like that. And when I first got it, I didn't realize it was book 3. So when I read it as book 1. I was a little bit confused with reference past things, but I did really enjoy it and I read it a lot. And then I found out it was book 3. And I was kind of like, ooh. Oops. Yeah. So this, I can't tell you a lot about because it is book 3, but I will tell you about book 1. After by Anna Todd is about a girl named Tessa who goes through, she starts off kind of, I guess, what they consider her boring, plain. I think another word they said was prude. She goes to college, I can't remember where, but I know it's nearby, right? So she's going to college there, and she meets her roommate who seems very different, kind of like, I want to say party girl, rocker, kind of. And she meets this guy named Hardin. Oh, also if you don't know, this is a Harry Styles fan fiction. But in the books, they changed the name to Hardin, and Hardin something else. Yeah, as I was saying. So she meets Hardin, and Hardin is very different, and it kind of excites her, and she starts to fall for him, and they have a very toxic relationship. I have to be honest, I'm sorry, but it is toxic. And when I read this, I did notice some issues which didn't really hit me as much until I read all the books, and then I was like, yeah, y'all got issues. But yeah, so basically she's falling in love with this guy and going through the different conflicts and writing the, it's hard to explain because like I don't want to say anything mean, but cause I don't want to influence you one way, because a lot of people do enjoy the book, but also I just wanted to tell you the truth. There are a lot of sex scenes. There are some very rude things said, because it was written when she was younger, and it's not the best thing. It is fan fiction, so it tends to be a bit more free with what are said, I guess. Each book is this thick. I believe this one is, it's almost 100 pages. And that's book 3. Imagine like 4 other ones. Yeah. Then we have another lovely read. Unfortunately, I did not annotate this because I did not start annotating until after this book. Red, White, and Royal Blue. Ooh, excuse me. This is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. I was sent this book by her, I want to say manager, publicist, agent, literary agent. because at the time I was hearing a lot about this book, like, oh, it's in its third, fourth reprinting. Oh, we're printing again. Oh my God, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. Literally, it came out, and then literally as soon as it came out, everyone was talking about it. The dogs were talking about it. The clouds was talking about it. Grandmas were talking about it. Kids in elementary school was talking about it. When I say everybody talking about it, everybody was talking about it. And I was like, what the heck is this book about? Like, I have never seen this many people talk about it. Yes, there has been pretty popular books, but it hasn't been everyone talking about it. It hasn't been a very good majority enjoying it. I was like, okay, something must be going on. This author must be sprinkling, I don't know, something in her book, because what's going on? So this is about these two guys, as well as other people. This is Alex. He is the first son of the female president of the United States. This is Henry. He is the, oh no, I think he's the Prince of the United Kingdom, or one of the princes of the United Kingdom. And so, yeah, he's the Prince of Wales. There we go. And how do we explain this? So they're at a party where it has a lot of politicians and higher up people where they're kind of discussing things. I believe it's a wedding for someone, and these two have a bit of a rivalry for some reason. And so this little one, who's nice and drunk, comes up to him and starts a little bit of argument, then becomes a little physical, and they destroy the wedding cake. And of course, at this event, there are pictures being taken, and they become one of the biggest headlines about, oh my gosh, what's going on between these two countries? Why are they warring? What's the problem? Blah, 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 blah. So now both countries are like, listen here, we can't be having this. We can't be doing this. No. So we're gonna make the two of y'all go out for the rest of the summer and make it look like we're freaking best friends and make us look good, because you cannot be screwing up with this, because his mother is currently campaigning to be president for the next term, and I believe something's going on with them as well. So like with any bad publicity like this, or showing like we don't like each other, it's kind of like, what's going on? So they end up having to do a fake friendship for the public for a while, which slowly becomes an actual friendship. Correction, it quickly becomes actual friendship, because to be honest, I'm gonna give you I really don't know what page it is. Let's be honest, they're like friends, and I'm trying to find the page. Gosh. Let me see if I can find the exact page so I can show you, like, this is where we at. Okay, I think this is where we're at. Yep. So once they get to like chapter 5, to be honest, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, a kiss happens, then it's a little bit awkward, and then a friends, and then a romance happens. It's a very quick switch from hating each other to something else, but it is really good. I do recommend you read it, because it is a romance, and it does have sex scenes, so it can be a little much for some people, so be careful with that. Also, it can have triggers for, I believe, drug or substance abuse, because a sibling uses that. Divorce, because there's divorced parents in here. What was another one? There was another one, I can't remember. Towards the end, there is some exposing and humiliation and other things. If that is a trigger warning for you, because some people like had similar experiences, this might not be it. You might want to skip the last 100-ish pages. Yeah, so also it does bring up politics, does discuss a couple things. I am not someone who follows politics religiously. I don't really know anything. All I can tell you is Trump is president, and we have a vice president, and we're going into 2020 elections next year. That's really all I can tell you, because I don't know anything else. I mean, like, I know basics, like, oh, we're in democracy, blah, 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 but I really can't tell you, like, details. This, I think, has helped me understand it a little better. It did not go into, like, full-on politics where you go to sleep. it kind of stepped in, gave you enough information to help you understand the story and what's going on, but also not be politic heavy. And our last book is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. Oh wow, I was about to say, this I believe is about two characters, if I can, Pepper and Jack. Their families own two different restaurants, and they start to advertise the restaurants on Twitter. And when they notice that the other one is doing the same thing, it becomes like a Twitter war, because, you know, one wants more one wants more guests. You know, they want to get more, they're trying to be better, basically. And it becomes like this Twitter war, then they slowly start talking into a friendship, into a relationship. And it's like, ooh, that's all I know about it, because I don't want to influence my experience by anything else. I did see a couple of the YouTubers talking about this. I believe one or two has read this, and I think Chelsea Darling Reads is going to read this fairly soon. I think it's her November TBR. So I might read this too, kind of just read at the same time. I don't know. I do have an ARC. I got this from a Goodreads giveaway. I completely forgot I entered this giveaway. But the next thing you know, it was at my doorstep. My parents were like, yo, you got a book. Look at you. And I was like, why do I have an ARC? What's going on? And then I found out, you know, I won a giveaway. Alright. So that is all of the books that I have for fall semester as of right now. I do have one coming in from winning a giveaway from Izzy's Busy Reading. I think I have another giveaway that I won that should be coming in soon. So I'm probably going to not edit this video yet, or at least edit what I have so far, and then add in the rest later on, and then upload this. So I'm gonna attempt to hold all these books up, or at least a chunk of these books up. All right, no, I'm gonna do it the other way, give it a little bit of suspense. If I can do it. Oh no. That's all the books that I currently have for fall semester. And yeah, I again will probably be updating this. Oh my gosh, in spring semester when I change out the books, unless I end up keeping these. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.